All right, my dears, we're going to do a little flow today, kind of a straightforward flow. The playlist is called River on Terry Lynn Yoga. If you follow me on Spotify, it's a brand new playlist, so we'll see how it goes. We'll take a moment just to settle our bodies. Feel into the earth beneath us. Sometimes it's nice to kind of rock a little bit before you are completely still. See what feels useful to you. I also notice I always draw my left heel in first in an easy seat. So I'm going to change that up today and see if I can feel differently. All right, we'll take a few breaths here, grounding down into our seat. Maybe we start with just natural, easy breath, and then we might exhale through the mouth a couple times. Sometimes that sigh can just be an energy release. We might not even know we're feeling tense. And then we do that and we're like, oh, all right, here's my body. Let me come back. When we come home to these bodies, when we come into awareness of these bodies, we can also honor the earth body that we all share. Mother Earth, the land of the Coast Salish people, including the Duwamish tribe. And just feeling into that relationship of honoring land and honoring our bodies. We can tend to the land and forget to tend to our own bodies, or we can tend to our bodies and forget to tend to the land. But it's such a beautiful relationship that when we do bring our awareness to tending to the earth, is tending to our collective body. Tending to our bodies helps us to have more energy to tend to the collective body of earth. And it becomes this synergistic relationship that's pretty cool when we bring our awareness to it. And then we'll bring our palms to our heart. Such a time we've been in, such a crazy time. Today, there is all sorts of news about a Supreme Court decision that is making most of us feel really anxious. Roe v. Wade. And so just taking a moment to acknowledge choice in our bodies, to acknowledge choice in our own body and other folks having choice in their bodies, and just human rights. Can we come back to that sensation of the rights we have to make choice and freedom in our own bodies? Human rights, not women's rights, human rights. To have freedom and choice in our body. And when we practice this on our mat, that can look like I might be doing something, I might be offering something, and it doesn't feel right in your body, and you get to exercise that human right of choice and agency over your body. And when you do that, we can extend that prayer out into the universe that as a collective, we can continue to honor the safety and the choice and the freedom of all bodies. Working toward that. We haven't really seen that yet as a collective. So working toward that goal, freedom, agency, choice for all bodies. All bodies. One Om together, deep breath in. All right, we're going to cue up our playlist River, and we'll push play in 3, 2, 1. Push play. And we'll start on our backs, on our mats. And we'll do a few little knee circles one direction, and then a few little knee circles the other direction. And just kind of feel into our hips. Just notice what's there here at the beginning of practice. And we'll go the other direction. And then both knees come over to the left. And maybe your knees are quite far apart from one another. And if that's the case, a bolster block or pillow between the knees can feel really useful. And then this right arm might do a few sweeps, almost like a snow angel, and just feeling into, ooh, that right shoulder. What's happening this morning? Take a few breaths. Drawing the belly in and up just to lengthen and support the low back. And then we'll slowly come back to center and over to the right. And this left arm might do a few like snow angel type movements. And then we might settle on a space that feels all right, drawing the belly in and up. And come back to center gently. And happy baby pose, you might rock side to side. Maybe you're able to grab your big toes, or maybe you're grabbing your ankles or even behind your knees, whatever works for you. You might just notice the mid back here as we rock side to side. And then as we start to get maybe a little bit more momentum almost, we'll go side to side. Straighten your left leg as you go to the left. And it's almost like a bow and arrow because this right knee is still bent. And then straighten the right leg as you go to the right. Draw back on the left. And we'll go back and forth like that a few times. Breathe and notice. Then come back to center, soles of the feet together. Let's take a couple breaths there. And then release. And we'll come up and over onto our hands and knees. And here on our hands and knees, we might do a few rounds of cow and cat. And then we'll get kind of a rock going on forward and back as you come through cow and cat. You might bend your elbows quite a bit. And then let's go round and round in our hips. One direction. And the other direction. And then when you're ready, tuck your toes under down dog. You could have blocks under your hands if you like. Gives length. So it helps your shoulders come back into kind of rightful alignment where they don't feel like they're coming out of the sockets. Helps for length at the hamstrings. Also helps to step your foot forward. Let's lift our right leg to the sky. Breathe in. And step that foot all the way forward between the hands. Dip your hips, lift your heart. Inhale here. Straighten that leg, exhale. Stay for an inhale. Bend that right knee. Take your blocks with you if you're using them. Make your way to the long edge of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Couple more times. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. You can bend your knees. You can sway. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Spin to the left, facing the back of your mat. Dip your hips, lift your heart, breathe in. Straighten that left leg. Stay for an inhale. Bend the knee. Inhale here. Straighten the leg. Inhale here. Bend the knee. One more time, breathe in. Straighten the leg. Stay for an inhale. Bend the knee. Plank pose. Knees could come down. Shift forward. Chaturanga. Cobra or up dog. Inhale. Downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Right leg lifts, same right leg. Step that foot forward. Dip the hips, lift the heart, breathe in. Straighten the leg, breathe out. Stay for an inhale. Bend that knee. Lift your heart, breathe in here. Straighten the leg. Breathe in here. Bend the knee. Inhale here. Straighten the leg. Inhale here. Bend the knee. Make your way to the long edge of the mat. This time you might keep your toes turned out and go side to side, Skandasana, side to side. Arms can do whatever they want. Take those blocks if you have them, spin to face forward, left knee bends, inhale. Straighten that leg, exhale. Breathe in. Bend the knee. Plank pose. Chaturanga. Cobra or up dog, inhale. Down dog, deep breath in. Long breath out. Left leg goes high, inhale. Step the foot forward. This time, bring your right knee to the earth and come up low lunge. Place your left hand on your left thigh. And then reach your right arm over to the left. Lean to the left. Tuck your tail. Breathe into that whole right side. And then let's come up with both arms. Reach up, send the hips forward, breathe in. Cactus the arm, shine the heart. Inhale, lift. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, lift. Exhale, cactus. Lift the arms up. Frame that front foot, tuck your back toes under, straighten the left leg, flex the toes toward the sky, bring your weight back. Bend that left knee, make your way to the long edge of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold forward, exhale. 3 breaths here. You could sway a little. Notice your hamstrings, your inner thighs. And then we'll inhale, halfway lift. Spin to the right, facing the back of the mat. Bring your left knee to the ground and come up low lunge. Right hand to right thigh. Left arm reaches across the body, side bending to the right. And then both arms come up, inhale here. Cactus the arms, shine the heart forward, send the hips forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, lift. Exhale, cactus. Lift the arms. Frame that front foot. Lift your back knee up. Straighten the right leg. Flex the toes toward the sky. A few breaths here. Bend that right knee, plank pose. Chaturanga. Cobra or up dog. Inhale. Down dog. Left leg goes high. Step the foot forward. Come all the way up. Crescent lunge, high on the ball of the back foot. We'll level our hips forward. Bend that back knee a little. Draw the left outer hip back. Reach your arms up, inhale. Cactus the arms. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, lift. Exhale, cactus. Lift the arms. Warrior two. Inhale to exalted warrior. Exhale, side angle. With your breath, inhale, exalted. Exhale, side angle. One more. And then inhale, star. Bend your knees, goddess pose. You might sway side to side. And then find some stillness for a few breaths. Star, inhale. Warrior two toward the front. Inhale, exalted. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, exalted. Exhale, side angle. One more. Back through exalted on the inhale. Cartwheel your hands to frame that right foot, plank. Chaturanga. Cobra or up dog. Downward facing dog. Right leg lifts. Step that right foot forward. Crescent lunge, rise up. Cactus the arms. Inhale, lift. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, lift. Exhale, cactus. Lift your arms. Step the feet together. Palms at your sides, mountain pose. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Surya Namaskara A. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Cobra or up dog, inhale. Down dog. When you're ready, walk or hop to your hands. Halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up. Mountain pose. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Cobra or up dog, inhale. Down dog. Walk or hop to the top. Halfway lift. Fold forward. Rise up, inhale. Mountain pose. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Cobra or up dog. Down dog. Walk or hop to the top. Halfway lift. Fold forward. Rise up. Mountain pose. Two more. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Cobra or up dog. Down dog. Walk or hop forward. Halfway lift. Fold forward. Rise up. Mountain pose. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Lengthen your spine, inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Cobra or up dog. Downward facing dog. Walk or hop forward. Halfway lift. Fold forward. Rise up. Mountain pose. Chair pose, inhale. Fold forward. Halfway lift. Chaturanga, or just step back to down dog. See what works for you. From down dog, reach your right leg high. Bend your knee and open your hip. Inhale here. Take that right knee toward your left arm. Towards your right arm. Back up to the sky. Inhale here. Take it toward your right arm. Left arm. Back up to the sky. Breathe in. Step your foot forward, warrior two. Straighten that right leg. Reach beyond your toes. Triangle pose. Maybe you use a block. Feel both of your feet root. And then we'll cartwheel that left hand forward. And then hop step that back foot up a good step and off to the left a little. Draw that right hip back. Lengthen your spine, kind of like cow. Inhale. Fold over your legs, forehead toward your right shin. And then we'll halfway lift. And take this, maybe a block under your left hand. Your right arm reaches forward and then up. Revolve triangle. 5 breaths. And then the right hand frames that right foot again. Lengthen your spine. Down dog your way. So could be through chaturanga, or you could just step back. Left leg goes high. Bend the knee and open the hip. Breathe in. Left knee goes toward your right arm. Toward your left arm. Back to the sky. Inhale here. Left knee goes toward your left arm. Right arm. Back to the sky. Inhale. Step that foot forward. Warrior 2. Straighten the left leg. Reach beyond your toes. Triangle pose. Maybe your hand is to a block. Stack your shoulders, stack your hips. Root through both of your feet. And then cartwheel that right hand forward, maybe to a block. Hop step that right foot up a good step and out to the right. Lengthen the spine as you draw your left hip back, kind of like cow through the back. Inhale. And then fold over that left leg, forehead toward the left shin. And then we might have a block underneath that right hand. Lengthen the spine, left arm reaches forward and up. Revolve triangle, 5 breaths. And then frame that left foot again. Plank, chaturanga, cobra or up dog, or just step back to down dog. 5 breaths when you get to down dog. When you're ready, walk or hop to your hands. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold forward, exhale. Chair pose. Inhale here. Stay for your exhale. Stay for your inhale. Fold forward, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Down dog your way. Right leg goes high. Bend your knee and open your hip. You might stay here, or you might flip your dog. Coming back, right leg is high. Step that foot forward, warrior 2. Inhale, exalted. Exhale, half moon. Maybe you use a block. Maybe it's off to the right. And then bring your left hand down, maybe to a block. Reach your right arm forward and up, revolved half moon. Right hand comes down, left foot comes down. Lengthen your spine, breathe in. And then fold toward that right leg. Halfway lift, look forward. Down dog your way. Left leg lifts. Bend the knee and open the hip. You might stay right there, or you might flip. Coming back, left leg is high. Step forward, warrior two. Inhale, exalted. Half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. And then the right hand comes down maybe to a block. Level the hips. Left arm reaches forward and up, revolved half moon. And then place that left hand down, right foot down. Lengthen your spine. Bow your head toward the shin. Down dog your way. And then our right leg goes high. Step the right foot to the outside of the right hand. Left knee comes down. Bring your hips back for a moment. So your hips are right over your knee. Hard flex that right foot at the ankle and then turn to the pinky toe edge side of that right foot. Let the right knee open. See if you can keep your hips back. Come onto your forearms, maybe using blocks. Breathe. And then my dears, coming up, we'll scoot that right foot a little bit forward perhaps. Send your hips forward. Right hand might rest on that right thigh, opening that right knee. Or you could reach behind you with your right hand and grab your left foot. And then drawing the hips back again, releasing that foot if you have it. Almost a cow back here. And then back to hands and knees. Downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Left leg goes high. Left foot steps to the outside of the left hand. Draw your hips back, so hips are over knees. Hard flex that left foot, let the left knee open. And with the hips back, you might be able to come on the forearms. You might use blocks. See what works. And then coming up onto your hands, you might have to scoot that left leg a little bit forward, send your hips forward. You might keep your left hand on your left knee, or you could bend the back knee and reach back with your left hand for your right foot. See what works today. And then keeping that leg forward, sending your hips back. Think about lengthening through the spine. Woo, feel that left hip. Scoot that leg back now. We'll either sit on a block between our heels, or some of you might be able to bring your butt between your heels. Knees are toward one another. Feet point as straight back as you're able to for your body. This posture is wildly different for folks. For me, it's very challenging. So I might stay here, or you might bring your hands behind you, tucking the tail, opening the heart, keeping those knees grounded, allowing the head to come back. Some folks might be able to lay down on a bolster or even all the way to the ground. Again, this is one of those postures that's very different from body to body. So being somewhere where you can hold it without strain, without your knees popping up too much. Five more breaths wherever you are. And as we're ready to come back up, coming up as best you can, staying upright for a few breaths. And then sitting off onto one heel, removing the block if you have it. We'll meet in downward facing dog. And so we might stay a few extra breaths there. That one, the limiting factor for me is my ankles. So it feels good to stretch out the ankles here in a shape they're more familiar with. And then we'll move on to pigeon pose. Right leg goes high. Right knee comes toward the right wrist. Shin goes on the ground. We're going to take time to really scoot our weight back. So tucking those left toes under, inching back. Maybe you inch back enough where your right hip is on the earth, or maybe it's supported by a bolster or a block. And then we untuck those left toes. Arms might come to the ground or blocks, which is very useful here. Drawing the heart forward a little, nice long spine, breathe in. And then bow. Taking a few breaths here. And then a little different transition. We're going to sit off onto this right hip. Bring your weight there. Draw your left knee up. Place your right foot on your inner left thigh. And then we're going to come back again. So this is almost like where we just were, laying back in Supta Virasana, but single-legged, which is a little bit less for some of us. Few breaths here. You could lay all the way down, or if your ankles don't love it like mine, you might stay more up. Wherever you are, just try to relax your head as best you can and breathe. And then, we sit up. Maybe we have to wait a moment here. Take a breath. Thanks, body. And then come to down dog. So maybe back through hands and knees. You might wiggle your hips side to side. And then down dog. Left leg goes high. Draw the left knee toward the left wrist. And then tuck your right toes under and start inching your weight back, back, back. And then maybe your left hip goes to the earth or a bolster. Maybe you untuck your right toes. Maybe you have blocks or pillows under your forearms, or maybe your forearms go to the earth. See what works on this side. Might draw the heart forward. And then when you're ready, you might sit up and off onto that left hip. Draw the right knee forward, kind of bring your left foot toward the inner thigh, and then coming back, tucking your tail and leaning back to whatever feels useful here. You might be able to lay all the way back down, or maybe you're on your palms or your forearms. And it's really about the tail tuck here. It makes a huge difference. And then my dears will sit up, take a breath. And swing that right leg around, soles of the feet come together. Hands might be there on your ankles, lengthening through the heart and then bowing toward your feet, supta, or no, just Baddha Konasana. Supta means up. And we're moving down. And then, my dears, bringing your legs out in front, we're going to come down. So some of you feel really awesome in shoulder stand, and that's not my experience. It's definitely not an awesome pose for my body. So if it's not an awesome pose for your body, you might have your legs up the wall, or you might have a block or something that's like a block and place it underneath your butt. So if I walk my feet in enough, come onto my tippy toes, I can get this block on the medium setting under my sacrum. And then I might bring my feet flat and supported bridge and just kind of feel that for a few breaths. Some of you might do bridge, interlace the fingers behind your back, or you might just kind of take a break here like me. And then we can lift the feet up to the sky. So either supported shoulder stand, which is also known as Viprita Karani, or if shoulder stand feels awesome, shoulder stand. What I love about this is I feel the weight on my shoulders. I feel my neck is free. It has its natural curve. It's not on the floor at all. And I can breathe. So if you have a larger belly and chest, it's kind of suffocating to go into shoulder stand, but yet this is the same energetic benefit without all the suffocation. And since yoga is about breath, seems like a smart thing to be able to breathe freely. Let's take about 10 more breaths here. So if shoulder stand feels good, maybe plow. Otherwise, if you have your legs up like me, you might just bend your knees, let your feet hang, but keep your knees above your hips. You might even feel that cooling energy at your feet, like you're dipping your feet in the river. And then let's all come down. So maybe you roll down to fish pose, or if you are in supported shoulder stand, you might bring that block under your shoulder blades and then supported fish. You could always have something under your head as well. And that's pretty darn good. And so since we can likely hold supported fish longer than the pose itself without the support, if you've chosen fish pose, Matsyasana, you can certainly come roll down and do whatever else that feels useful in your body before we all meet for Shavasana corpse pose, which is, another 10 breaths or so, maybe 20. What I like about supported fish, if you choose this one, is that, boy, our shoulders really like to be helpful. So I just felt my shoulders relax now, and I've been in this pose for, half a song, a couple minutes. And they're just now starting to let go. Imagine how much more they could let go if I stayed here for the rest of this song. And then, my dears, we're going to maybe roll off that block if you're on it and spend the next bit of time on one side. Or if you'd rather come to Shavasana the kind of usual way, feel free to do that. When you're ready, we'll slowly make our way to a seat, and we'll try to set ourselves up in a seat that we can stay in for a little while. Just notice yourself in this upright seat. And taking a few deep breaths. And bringing our palms to our heart. Maybe we create an intention for the rest of our day. One Om together. Ah. In the spirit of peace, we say Shanti, Shalom, Salam, Amani, Maluhia, Irini, Shiakan, Jam, Pache, Pas. In the spirit of our collective truth and liberation, we say Ashe, Amin, Amen, blessed be, Kapu Aloha, in Lakach, Sat Nam, Namaste, Mitakuyasan, Black Lives Matter. Thank you.